What's up, folks? What's up? I'm going to give you all a few minutes to go ahead and slide in, and then I'll get started. Make sure if you're entering, you like upon entering, like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're watching on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can get informed when we drop new stuff. If you're on Facebook, it's my personal page. You already know me. You're already here. You're already going to see it. You've probably been seeing this for the last 10 years. So I have zero patience. So I'm probably just going to start playing this, and people will see this in the replay. I'm actually in the middle of a class right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share some videos with you. I was online the other day, and somebody said something, and it was kind of weird. I was explaining I'm a financial advisor. She's like, do you have the credentials to call yourself a financial advisor? Yet she didn't know what credentials you needed to call yourself a financial advisor. We have all these people who have no credentials right now who are talking about cryptocurrency and markets and market manipulation, but they have zero financial prowess, and nobody's asking their credentials because it seems like, well, cryptocurrency is doing good, but nobody knows that risk tolerance. Anyway, I used to own Allstate, so I'm going to watch a few videos here with you guys from a few years back from some Facebook stuff that I used to do. Share these with you. See what you think. It's good information. Check it out. I'll be back.
Situation with
hold on.
Person who stole the car and ran into his crib. What's good, Facebook family? Real brief video today. I guess I'm gonna do a little talking about some car insurance today, just because something happened with a client of mine. He has I guess this is more about homeowners insurance and car insurance. So the situation, he had an incident where I guess the cops were chasing somebody down the block in a stolen vehicle. The stolen vehicle ran into his car and then crashed through his fence and hit his house. So he had to put in two claims, one for his auto and then one for his homeowner's policy. So the good thing that came from it was because his car ended up being considered totaled by the insurance company. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is your property damage and your bodily injury protection amounts. So each state has its state minimums. And the reality of this situation is most people want to pay as little as possible for their car insurance, which is great. But what ends up happening is when you go with the state minimum, which will give you the least amount of coverage, you don't then get the benefit of, give me 1 second here. I'm actually typing some stuff up as we go. There we go. And the freaking police are driving by, so you know that gets difficult. At any rate, let's see. What's good with my damn thing here? There we go. All right, so at any rate, where was I? So, yes, so after what ended up happening, his car got totaled. So luckily he had a maximum of his protection. So state limits vary by state. New York, it's 25, 50, 10. That means $25,000 up to a total of $25,000 per person, up to a total of $50,000 if somebody gets hurt in a car accident through your car. And then 10 being $10,000 worth of property damage. So the other person didn't have any car insurance, obviously, because they stole the car. So in a situation like that, you have to have something called uninsured, underinsured. And that means that if something happens to your car and the person who damaged your car doesn't have any insurance or doesn't have enough insurance for your state, then your insurance company will pay to fix your car, and then they'll go ahead and do what's called subrogate and get the money back from the other party. So luckily he didn't have to do that because he had enough protection. And it's funny because about 2 months before, he had actually called and was like, yo, it's too expensive. I want to change the price of my policy, this, that, and the third. I was like, well, you can decrease your coverage limits. He was like, you know what? I think I want to decrease my coverage limits. And I told him, I said, listen, you got a house and this, that, and the third. You may want to reconsider that. What ended up happening after our discussion, he actually increased his protection limits up to 100, 300, and 100 of property damage. So that means $100,000 per person injured in a car accident with him, up to $300,000 for the total incident, and $100,000 worth of property damage. So if something happened, and something like this situation with the person who stole the car and ran into his crib, he wouldn't have been covered for more than $10,000 had he not increased his property damage. Luckily, because if we increased the property damage to $100,000, they bought him a new car, and they went after. They're going after the other person on their own, but now the insurance company has to get tied up in the lawsuit and that time spent, versus you, the person, having to go sue whoever ran into your car with no insurance. So this is actually a much longer video than I wanted it to be, because I just wanted to give y'all that quick tidbit and kind of, get back to it. But it took me a minute to bump up my tunes. I like to have a little music playing in the background and kind of get in the mood. And I also had to get the fresh haircut today because, man, I was woeful. But at any rate, those are a few of the concepts. I'm actually going to come back later on, maybe today or later on this week, because tax time is rolling around. A lot of folks like to do a lot of stuff with their money on tax season. Oh, I'm going to get a new car. Oh, I'm going to get my hair done. Oh, I'm going to go on vacation. Yes. Those are all great things to do because I tend to do that myself. I often go on vacation once a year. Well, more than once a year. But hopefully this year I'm going to like Vegas or something. We'll see. Actually, I've been to Vegas twice. If you haven't been, you got to go. At any rate, I've been to Vegas like 5 times. But anyway, I'm sorry. That's neither here nor there. What is here or there is the fact that my next video is going to be about life insurance, what you can do with some of those tax dollars, and actually create what's kind of like a savings account almost for your children. And I'll show you a way to do it with a small amount of money, something that's affordable. You might not think it's affordable initially, but then when you weigh out things, it's affordable. So look out for that video. With that being said, Black Lives Matter, one love, I'm
So that was one of the videos that I've done in the past that actually is shared. And again, these are all from my Facebook. Let me go back to, I don't know how to go back to the memories, but there's a second video. Shoot. How do I go to my memories here? This Facebook stuff is something else. I'll tell you. Where are the memories? Memories. Here we go. So again, I was here in memories, and I'm looking at videos that I've done 5+ years ago. Okay. So the unfortunate thing is people are just now looking at investments, and I've been doing this for more than 10 years for you people. Unfortunately, a lot of people haven't listened. Come back tomorrow to see what? No, I have more videos. There's another one with subgroup economics. Where is it? Memories home. Give me 1 second here. I'm trying to find this next video. You're all caught up. What happened to my subgroup economics video?
He has I guess this is more about homeowners insurance and car insurance.
No, I've already done that video. Where's my other joint? I hate the way they do this memories mess on Facebook. Anyway, I'll find the other video later. And I can definitely share that. So, like I said, right now, I just wanted to drop that video on your head and basically break down to folks that listen. You should probably listen to somebody who's been doing it for a little while. And I'm not tooting my own horn because just because I've been doing it for a little while, doesn't mean that, I know the ins and outs. The thing that helps me to know that I know the ins and outs is that I've worked with enough clientele who is sophisticated enough, unlike a lot of agents, especially depending on their locality. If you're a person who's worked in New York City, certain parts of California like Hollywood, certain parts of Florida, ironically enough, not Miami, because there's not a lot of old money in Miami. But there is old money in Florida. So if you've worked in one of those 3 states, you're generally likely to have worked with some more complex cases because that's where the money resides. Where the money resides, where the money resides. Anyway, with that being said, all Black Lives Matter, one love, I'm out.